What happens when you're in a season of your life when it feels like everything is falling apart? It feels like you are in the middle of a storm, and that storm just keeps on raging. You are in the middle of something. You are standing on a shaky foundation, and every day you find yourself wondering what could be next. What will be next? How much more can I take? How much worse can it get? The word that God gave me today was, it's pruning season. And so I heard God say that, what if you knew that you were being pruned for a purpose? Would that pain that you're going through and that you're enduring, would it be, I wouldn't say more worthy, but I would say, would the knowledge of pruning season and the process of pruning and the purpose of pruning, and that God is preparing you for something greater, be worth it to you? Let's get into it and let's talk about this a little bit more. All right, y'all, so I wrote down some notes, and oftentimes as God drops me a word, I'll go and kind of look at scripture and look at historical times and, how that could apply to what we are going through in this season of our lives. And so what came to me was the scripture where Paul is writing to Timothy, and Paul is telling Timothy, basically, stay ready, and so you don't ever have to get ready, right? Like, stay ready so you don't ever have to get ready. And so here we find ourselves in 2 Timothy 4:2, where the scripture says to preach the word and be prepared in season and out of season, right? Preach the word, preach the gospel. And this is not only a message to Timothy, but a message to all believers, to preach the word in and out of season, correct, rebuke, encourage, with great patience and with careful instruction, right? This is where we find ourselves in the scripture as related to this particular word that God dropped in my spirit. All right, y'all, if I can get through this with no interruptions, I believe that this is going to be one of the most powerful downloads that God has given me. Because when you think about pruning season,